drop the beat of the flash.
Okay, looks like we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the lower bracket finals of the Gauntlet 13. We are seeing our Cartel face off against the Shinigami Reapers, and right now we are seeing all the bands for the first phase. We got Kari, Joy, Fredrin, Freya have been banned out, and in the lobby we got Faramis, Uranus, Xborg, and Zushin banned out. So for the first pick, we're getting basic on that Sicilian here. And Cassie is locking in that Minotaur as the first pick here for Shinigami. We're seeing a player, I think that's IGN is Gifted Gaming. I'm not sure he has been in this lineup unless that's Nina Spooky right now. Well, yeah, that's gonna be a Ruby picked up, and I'm assuming this Ruby will be going to that gold lane. But Cheesy over here locking in that Leo mode, and Sky Guy securing that dragon pick here. We all know how formidable the Black Dragon is in that backline, especially when he gets those shires and stacks. But on the side of Shinigami here, they did get that Farmers banned out. YV is still open. There's also the Farsa to sort of counter the Sicilian here with those feathered air strikes. But Nero is gonna secure that Esmeralda that he did play in the previous game that we saw, Shinigami versus Synagogue. So it's gonna be that Esmeralda versus Yuzhong again in the experience lane. And for the last ban, Cartel is yet to have that goal there. We see an Obsidia ban. No, instead they actually ban out that Hylos choking the pool of conquest here on the room. But that Obsidia can be picked up either by guessing Levi wouldn't be going to the gold lane in this game. But Antipipe actually might be going for the Vexana here. Is that gonna be a Zaytan pick? Looks like that would be a Zaytan pick. Out for the last two picks. That Obsidia is still open for Void Hacker here. Conquest locking in that Gatokacha.
I am the sovereign of the abyss, the slayer of gods.
They call me a hero because I
And
saved
outside
my
that's gonna
nation
be the
from falling
YSS locked in for Shinigami. Right now we're seeing that those drafts here. Cartel really do have a solid draft. They do have that dive coming in for the Gatokacha as well as the Yushong and the Leo mod. But over in the backline they have Sicilian as well. So I guess it would come down to how well Conquest will peel off targets from the Sicilian, or if the targets will reach the backline in the first place. The closest they have to a diver here is Nero, and maybe a flicker play coming in from Cassie. But yeah, right off the bat, Conquest will be going to that jungle just to try and spot out that purple buff from Levi. I'm actually providing some form of assistance, like why help your jungler farm when you can help the enemy jungle. And over at the top lane, just gonna be playing it safe. But looks, we're getting that clash right off the bat. Sky Guy actually missing that petrify onto Nero there. So Nero will be able to weave out of danger. So our Conquest will take just a bit of damage. Yeah, well, actually, the little will be going to Cheesy here. And now Obsidia just playing it safe versus the fighter. You know, we haven't seen the Ruby Gold lane in a lot of games in contrast to what we had been seeing in the previous game, but that looks like that's going to be Barbia called in. Kessie having to burn that flicker to get out of range of that Leon mod. So the Lord will be spawning in 18 seconds, and that's one resource that will be coming a bit late here. That is Cheesy's ultimate. It's not that much. Probably like 10 seconds in, it will be ready. But yeah, Sky Guy coming in that furious dive, but would not catch on to anyone. Looks like he's on level 3, and Cheesy will be caught by that Mountain Shocker, plus the ultimate coming in from both Nero and Anti-Pipe here. Sky Guy over there with the furious dive. He has gotten that level 4, and he unlocks the Black Dragon form. It looks like Kessie will fall as well. As that fight will be ending in Shinigami's favor. And now Nero actually just trying to avoid that damage coming in from, but looks like he altered back into the fight. But Sky Guy able to use the Sha Essence to out sustain Nero in that early game. Conquest getting that taunt onto the backline, tries to use the steel balls out to Levi, but he is quite low. He ends up getting that AOG, but Gifted able to secure that kill. The Sanguine Claws to catch onto 2, and it's Cheesy, but that Mountain Shocker coming in, plus the I am offended, and in the tower, no. Gifted will still fall. We're seeing bodies dropping, and the total is still standing. 3 minutes and 30 seconds into this spawn, into this game. So both junglers have completely abandoned it and are on the other side of the map. Looks like there's going to be a gank onto the gold lane. Oh no. Yeah, looks like there will be that gank onto the gold lane. The Mountain Shocker is not available, but Gifted Gaming does not also have his flicker here. So right now, the side of Cartel will be engaging onto Nero, and it'll be Conquest to secure that kill. Over there in the bottom lane, the total is up, but looks like Levi will not be contesting, but instead he will be using that Mountain Shocker onto Void Hacker. He gets the ultimate onto Levi, just cancelling his dashes, but he will still fall. But Conquest comes in the nick of time to be able to land that Astra of the Gallia, but looks like Levi will get caught by those Sanguine Claws, and he will fall. Kessie called out here in no man's land, but he will fall to basic as well, as that will be a double kill. Looks like Cheesy wants to go for the punish. They're trying to convert this into that purple buff and widen the gap. Anti-Pipe will fall to that damage coming in from Sky Guy, as Cheesy will secure that buff. Right now, looks like a trade between the jungler and the XP. But Nero will come out winning off that trade. But over here, Void Hacker versus Gifted Gaming, but he gets caught by that I am offended, and that's the Mountain Shocker to complete and secure that kill. Looks like they'll be trying to go for this tower here. Conquest coming in defense, but Kessie also will be coming. Oh, Gifted Gaming flickering out, and Conquest is able to defend this tower successfully. Right now, Basic is just farming this quite well. Looks like they're still putting that pressure onto this tower here. Conquest might have to abandon, but that's going to be the Sanguine Claws to clear out those minions. We're taking a look at the builds here. Basic has been farming pretty consistently in that mid lane. He has participated in the fights, but he's managed to be. Oh, looks like this is going to be an engage from Void Hacker and Cheesy. And Cheesy secures that kill. The Mountain Shocker available for Levi, but he would not be engaging with that, as that fight will snuff out, right? You can't even get a moment to just look at the items here with the amount of fights going on. 6 minutes in and there are already 13 bodies dropped in the Gauntlet 13. But that now in that bottom lane, Nero against 4. He's gonna have to dance his way out of there, and he dances indeed. Over anti-pipe falling to that bat fest coming in from Basic, as Cheesy will focus on taking that order, but this it looks like Sky Guy will die, but the minimum fury coming in. The AOG follows next, but I am offended to catch on to Sky Guy. That's gonna be a but Cheesy coming in with the Barbier's call to secure that double kill. Levi is next and he will fall. It's a triple kill, as looks like El Cartel will not be going straight to take that mid lane. Conquest might just be enough, as the rest of the members go to that bottom lane to claim that as well. Right now, Cheesy timed that engage just well enough to reap all of the low HP targets there, but looks like there's been a strange of lanes with Void Hacker here in that bottom lane, but Conquest is coming to help. Anti-pipe, but over here looks like Levi is getting caught, but he manages to escape. That's going to be the Mirror Fury committed, but Sky Guy in that backline, he manages to dash out, not letting Levi go, and he will fall to that Shah Essence while Gifted Gaming tries his best to recall. Over here, Nero is versus 4. The Sanguine Claws misses from onto anti-pipe, but Basic getting that godlike 8 minutes into the game. Right now he's on a 707 and is the highest candidate for that MVP right now. But ooh, looks like that's going to be another engage from Cheesy onto anti-pipe, but he's able to flicker out to safety. But over here in that bottom lane, looks like that tower will be falling, as the Lord will spawn in 10 seconds. Right now we're seeing Cartel with a 7k gold lead over Shinigami right now, and they have a Sicilian here, which we all know how strong he is into the late game, but Gifted Gaming getting caught by that furious dive, and he will pay for that with his life. But that's going to be a solo kill onto Levi here from Cheesy in that top lane, but that's going to be the furious dive plus the petrify onto Cassie, while Nero does get caught by those Sanguine Claws, but that's going to be a god like that damage is unexpected. That looks like they wouldn't be going for the Lord. They've popped the holy shields now, and they've widened that gold lead to a 9k gold lead. And it looks like this Lord will go quite easily to El Cartel, but Levi trying to salvage as much as he can, but he might get caught here. The expanding rivers buff, but ooh, Sky Guy misses him just by an inch. Over here in that backline, that's going to be Cheesy getting that legendary onto anti-pipe. Nero trying his best to hold out, but he will be pulled back by that skill too, and that's going to be the Mirror Fury and committed in the backline. He catches onto Tree, but there is no follow-up. And looks like that fight will end with only anti-pipe dropping. There's a lot on its way. There's currently an 11k gold lead in favor of Cartel here, and Shinigami are gonna have to defend this. But that's gonna be Barbier called. Nero is taking that damage, but Sky Guy does not lose his focus. He's onto that back line, and Levi manages to escape, while Sky Guy will fall first. And looks like Shinigami will be able to defend this Lord after that death here. Cartel is still holding the tank and Goldie, but just as I said that, looks like Nero might be getting caught, but that's gonna be Void Hacker landing that ultimate onto Levi. The Batfest has been used, but that AOG to catch Gifted. Looks like he'll be able to flicker up, but that Furious Dive plus that Petrify from Sky Guy into the backline. The I Am Offended will land, but it will not be able to do much. Nero engaging here, and it's Anti-Pipe and Nero left to defend this together with Cassie, but it's gonna be Cassie to get that taunt, that stun onto Void Hacker. Oh, Anti-Pipe, does he have the way clear to defend this? Cassie will fall next. He doesn't quite get this, the Sangry Claws. Levi coming in with that Mountain Shocker, but that's not going to be enough. Cartel will take this game 1 home.
Victory!
Right now we can see Basic and Cheesy so very close together with the amount of damage dealt. I'm sure you could tell that with those fights that we have just seen, but Basic will be getting that MVP with that Deathless performance. And yeah, we'll be moving on to the next game here.
Ever wonder how the clouds can soar so high? It's because they're not afraid to fall.
Okay, we are back with the lobby bands, and looks like it's gonna be Obsidia Bailout for Haka, Faramis, Fredrin, as well as Xborg being banned out here. It looks like that novel player that we saw, Gifted Gaming, has been subbed out for this lineup, as well as Cassie. We're seeing Joe, Nina Spooky, Levi, Anti-Pipe, and Nero for that Shinigami lineup. So we will be starting the next game.
Butterflies born by
Your
thy
team
wish,
is banning.
guided by lantern's light.
I am a daughter of Northern
Your
Vale.
team is
I
banned.
swear to protect it till my last breath.
Okay, we're seeing that Zushin banned out as well as Freya. I wonder if Shinigami will be banning
Valor
out
and
that
royalty in a
Yu
dead
Zhong, but
body.
instead they actually choose to ban out that Leo mode. And right now, that Yu Zhong, that Sicilian also still open here. I don't know if El Cartel would want to ban out that hero, and Shinigami might just
Time to
secure,
drop the
but
beat
instead
of
they
the
will be
clock.
banning
Your
that
team is
Joy
banning.
from Levi, as they have banned out that Fredrin in the lobby here. So right now we have, yep, it's gonna be Shinigami securing that Sicilian
Consumes until
in
nothing
El Cartel's
remains.
stead. But over here we do have the, I think Grok is open. Maybe Skygar will secure that Yu Zhong again. So that's gonna be that Yu Zhong with the Minotaur. And Nero might be going with that Esmeralda. No, looks like he might be going with the Thomas. The Joy has been banned out, but there's still that Suyo open.
1,000 winters have led to this
And
moment.
Joe will be getting the Hylos. It looks like Nero will be securing that Thomas for this game. But that Lapu Lapu still available here. Oh, but that carry pick into this Thomas and Hylos coming here from Void Hacker.
Hayabusa, Sanjo.
Your team is banning.
Is that they're gonna
Call me a hero,
actually
because I
ban out
saved
that
my nation from falling
YSS?
apart.
Maybe trying to deny that jungle pick here. But the box here is still open for the South Cartel. Maybe they'll just surprise us and go for another card pick. But for the mage basic, we'll be getting that Farsa. It's like this Thomas might be going to the jungle and like split lane high lows. No. So that's gonna be.
Sagittarius guides my arrow.
This time that's gonna be Hanzo in the jungle.
Team is picking.
We're seeing a Hanzo pick in the lower bracket finals. Guys, we're getting Hanzo picked here. Probably to target that faster as well as that carry. Looks like Cheesy will be going for that Lancelot.
Carries the threads of fate that bind us.
Okay. Right now, this is it's a pretty similar draft for the Sala Cartel. They don't have that AOG coming in from Conquest, but they do have that Minion Fury. Can also be used as a counter engage. Well, actually, I do like this Hanzo pick coming from Shinigami.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed.
Okay. Because our Conquest will be spalling out that jungle again. But that's the advantage of a Hanzo. Looks like over here in the top lane, Levi will be extended, but he gets caught by Basic, committing that flicker to get that kill onto Levi. But Nina Spooky has not reached that level 3 just yet. He's able to just take that gold crab. That looks like Anti-Pipe will be recalling to refill his mana. Nero is generally playing it a lot safer here. In this... Ooh. He will not get caught. Well, after a much slower start of the game, both junglers are just clearing those buffs before contesting this turtle. Well, it looks like Nina Spooky might not be planning to contest at all, but Basic having used that. So Nina Spooky will get caught by that Petrify, but he will cancel that ultimate. Narrow was Conquest to secure that. Nina Spooky will get hit by Cheesy over there, and Joe will be next to fall as Conquest secures that kill. But Basic trying to spot out. Looks like they didn't see him. They didn't see him. Levi actually able to escape with his life there. Ooh, over in that bottom lane, looks like Basic will be able to get that kill onto Nero. Levi will be able to play this safe and escape that engage. You know, Spooky's gonna use his ultimate into that bush to spot our conquest, but he's gonna have to use that immune. Oh, that's quite a lot of damage coming in from Void Hacker already in the game. And that's gonna be the feathered airstrike onto anti-pipe in that back lane, but the taunt rolls plus the puncture to secure that kill. Looks like Cheesy will be following up with that invade, but Nina Spooky will be able to easily get his red buff here. Over here in that top lane, this is that's going to be an engage onto Conquest. He tries his best to survive with that heal, but he will drop. And over there, Basic is joining the fight. He does have that feathered airstrike. And looks like he's going to miss that onto Joe and focus on Levi instead. But Levi with that heavy crossbow plus the sprint. But that's going to be anti-pipe with that bat fest to catch onto Basic and secure that kill. Levi surviving with just a sliver of HP while Nina Spooky will take down Void Hacker. But over here in the bottom lane, Nero in the middle of two. The Sky Guy and Conquest. Looks like that Phantom Execution will miss, but that Torn Rose will not. Right now, Joe just focusing on providing Levi as much assistance as possible. Cartel on that 2k gold lead, but Levi on the 121 KDA, he hasn't fallen that far behind. But looks like that's going to be an engage onto Basic coming in here from Nina Spooky, but he will be cancelling the ultimate. If you take a look at the gold, Levi is the highest for his team. Well, Conquest even overall, but that's going to be the Sangry Claws. The Glorious Pathway has been committed to try and hold back Conquest, but he will flicker into safety. Or Void Hacker will provide some damage to facilitate that escape. But over here, Nero just getting a lot of attention, but that's going to be Conquest to fall as well as that mid lane falling. Over there in that top lane, Void Hacker just farming. But looks like he will spot out Joe and return to the safety of his tower. Over there in the top lane, looks like Void Hacker will begin, but that's going to be Cheesy to get that turtle here. He does secure that kill onto Joe with the Thunder Rose. And looks like the mid lane will be next. Anti-Pipe is trying his best to defend, but that's going to be Nina Spooky onto Basic. And Void Hacker looks like he's going to be able to. Ooh, but that's going to be the Phantom Execution. He uses the heavy crossbow out there, but Jeezy with that puncture to escape. Or Conquest keeps him alive, and the Bathfest will not have enough damage. Joanna looking at the builds. We have Levi. We have Levi on those two items. He's currently at the 222 KDA, trying to get his third, but that's going to be the Sangry Claws onto Void Hacker here, and he will fall to that heavy crossbow coming in from Levi. Oh, but Cheesy He's not gonna let this go, but he gets stunned by Joe and fall. That's gonna be a shutdown. The Batfest able to secure that kill, but Basic will fall next, and the 3 damage leaders for Cartel will drop 30 seconds before the Lord. That gold lead has basically been shrunk down to a 1k gold lead, still in favor of Cartel, but they lost their top tower as well as their carries. It's gaining that shutdown. Zach Void Hacker will be spotted out in that bush. That's going to be the feather air strike to just keep Levi away. The Lord has spawned. And Cheesy still has that 1 level advantage. Yeah. Looks like that's going to be the Phantom Execution. And the Glorious Pathway is used for a hasty retreat.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
Oh, looks like Conquest and Sky Guy will be spotted out here, but Sky Guy popping that Black Dragon form. Conquest going to be taking all that damage. Void Hacker free hitting onto Nero, but that's going to be the Feathered Air Strike, and Void Hacker using that flicker to secure that kill. But Sky Guy
Hero has been slain.
getting that kill onto Joe with that Furious Dive and Petrify. As it's going to be a 2-for-3 trade in favor of Cartel. They still got that gold there in jungle. It looks like this Lord will be going to them. Oh, but over here, Anti-Pipe. He tries to steal it, but Cheesy will be able to secure that with no issue. Oh, looks like Levi will be getting caught here, but it's Void Hacker that will fall. Over there, Cheesy in that backline. Oh, he misses the puncture, but he's able to walk out of there quite safely. But that heal coming in from Conquest, just able to keep him alive. It looks like, yes, Nina Spooky does not have anti-heal yet. And this Lord will be marching into the mid lane tower, but they'll be able to clear that pretty quickly. Nero looks like he's going to be engaged here. The Glorious Powerway is used, but Sky Guy with that Furious Dive, as well as that Petrify onto Anti-Pipe, but Conquest will fall. And Nero, no, it's Joe that will be the first to fall, but Nero looks like that's going to be that Shard Essence popped up onto Levi. Nero almost escaping, but Void Hacker able to secure that kill. That dragon really just causing problems now for the backline of Shinigami. This like Nero might be caught here. That's gonna be the minimum fury committed. And the Glorious Power Ball over in the backline. Cheesy able to get that Tundros onto Levi and secure that kill. The Bass first committed from Anti-Pipe, but that's gonna be the Black Dragon form to focus him. And oh, the Furious Dive plus that Petrify onto Nero, and he will be falling next. That's gonna be the sound being close, not landing here, but Void Hacker able to take that tower pretty easily. That's the Feathered Air Strike, but Cheesy is missing. He manages to survive with a sliver of HP, but that Glorious Pathway. Ooh, that's gonna be a flicker with the minimum stomp, but there's no follow-up, and looks like Conquest will pay for that engage. It's right before the Lord. Shinigami are gonna try and contest it. That's the Phantom Execution use. Looks like Cheesy has missed the puncture and he will fall next.
Red team has slain the
Void Hacker able to secure that law, but Sky Guy over in that backline trying to get the shots and stacks. That's the Furious Dive. Looks like he's gonna still be able to heal, but he's not able to take that damage for much longer. Oh, looks like Nina Spooky will be able to secure that kill onto Cheesy, but Void Hacker with those light wheel stacks is just shredding any and every in his way, and Joe will be the next to fall. Looks like there's gonna be the Sanguine Claws to catch onto two, and they'll counter attack this fight. A Conquest, despite his heal, will still fall to this, as Shinigami will be able to defend this Lord. Right now, Cartel managed to throw 3 times in succession, but they're still pretty much in this game. They do have a 2k gold lead, although we're getting to that point in the game where they don't have that much of an effect. Levi is already on his full build, but looks like Cheesy, that's the Phantom Execution. He does use the taunt rolls, but he is able to still fall. Sky Guy over in that backline. The Glorious Pathway has been committed, and looks like he's just going to be able to narrowly dodge that Sanguine Claws, but he's still in it, but he will still fall here to Levi. And that's why I meant, okay, so that's right now is the second throw. Not in succession, but Nairo is able to flicker out, and that's going to be the Minion Fury committed here. Void Hackers has enough damage to die, apparently. Conquest over there, that's, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Looks like the Shinigami Reapers have decided to claim the souls of the Cartel and implode some dark magic to just cause the players to. Ooh, but that's going to be defended airstrike. The Glorious Pathway is used. And looks like Shinigami will be taking these towers here, but Cheesy in there, able to clear those waves. That Lord will be spawning in 25 seconds here, and it's very pivotal Lord for the outcome of the entire game. This could be Cartel's winning Lord, but this could also be Shinigami's comeback here. Right now, Shinigami actually does have that gold lead, but they're still lacking with other towers, so there's gonna be a lot of lane pressure on them. Oh, Zanina and Spooky will be focusing that backline, but Void Hacker will be able to survive. Sky Guy over there, but he will not be able to sustain this damage. Mino does keep him alive, plus that Flask of Oasis, but he's going to be able to survive this. But Cheesy using the taunt rolls, but he will fall to that damage coming in from Levi. Conquest is next to fall. Looks like, ooh, Inner Spooky able to just recall. Basic, he just threw.
hero has been slain.
Right now, there's only Sky Guy and Void Hacker for this Lord. The Shinigami might be able to regain some lane pressure here. Let's take down some inhibitors. It's like Cheesy will be in that bottom lane. And as you can see, that Hanzo just applying so much pressure to the side of El Cartel here. Is that's going to be the feathered airstrike. Those Sanguine Claws does not land, but the Glorious Pathway and Sky Guy in that back line. Just trying to buy his team some time, but Nina's Pookie onto Void Hacker here, but that's going to be the Minions Fury committed. And looks like that inhibitor tower will stand.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Oh, that's going to be the feathered airstrike, but Basic fall into Nina's Pookie, and Cheesy looks like he will not be able to secure this kill, and he will get that immortality. But can he kick switch into the... No, he doesn't get that Winter Crown, but Joe will fall to that damage coming from Levi. But that's going to be a double Wind of Nature, and Nina's Pookie to get that kill onto Void Hacker. Well, it's Sky Guy and Conquest left to defend this base. The next respawn is in 20 seconds, and it's going to be Basic. He does have that feathered airstrike, but it looks like there's going to be no inhibitors taken down yet. But Nina's Pookie just applying so much pressure here. Looks like that inhibitor will fall, while Conquest trying his best to keep those minions out, and he's able to just sustain and heal. But Nina's Pookie, oh, he will not be able to get that kill, and they'll be able to defend this base for Basic to spawn. Okay, we have that next slot spawning in 6 seconds. Sky Guy is not enough to be able to handle this back line. Oh, but he gets caught by those Sanguine Claws, and that's going to be Levi. But that's the Petrify onto Levi here. Joe manages to keep him alive. Oh, but over here in their back line, that looks like Nina's Pookie, but Nero will fall. And Conquest... looks like Joe will be the next to fall, but Levi here just piling onto Conquest, but Sky Guy falling to Nina's Pookie right out the fighter in all directions, and Cheesy only surviving with a sliver of HP, but that's gonna be the Wind of Nature that will not save him versus Anti-Pipe. And right now it's only Cheesy. He does buy the Winter Crown. Looks like that's going to be the Phantom Execution, but that minion is in the base, and he's able to get that kill onto Nina's Pookie here. Wow, it's only Anti-Pipe and Levi left. Oh, looks like he's going to go for the kill, but the minions are attacking the base now. But over there in the bottom lane, looks like the minions might be taking this game, but no, Nero comes in time, and Levi right in time, but looks like over there Anti-Pipe will fall to that ultimate from Basic. But Basic right now, he's caught out of position. Nero might be able to just get this kill. Well, looks like Basic is able to escape here, and Sky Guy popping out Black Dragon form. Joe not able to get out. Looks like Levi gets caught by that Petrify coming from Sky Guy, and that's going to be a shot down. And Basic will fall to Nero as well. But Cartel have been able to take this Lord, and looks like that's going to be focus onto Void Hacker here, but that heal from Minotaur would show that that damage will pose no threat. It's like Void Hacker. Oh. Right now, that's going to be the Wind of Nature used here by Void Hacker. The Sanguine Claws. Oh, but that's the minimum Fury plus the Flicker and the Phantom Execution to secure that kill. Puncture out of the tower, and looks like Cartel will take this game 2 home. And secure a clean sweep
Victory!
onto Shinigami. Wow, that was a real back and forth. Shinigami tried their best to claim the souls of the cartel, but the drug empire is not going down just yet. And this is gonna be tomorrow. We will have the finals of El Cartel versus Xenagogue. But if we take a look at the damage dealt here, Void Hacker dealing the most damage for his team, but Conquest under 38% damage, taking 438k. That shows how much this fight, how many fights we had in this game. But also Joe not falling far behind. Okay, on that 298k and Nero on that 285k. So GG's to both teams. We'll be closing this off with a random skin animation, and we will see you tomorrow for the finals.
Have you heard about the Oasis? It's a paradise Beller created for all Ageltians.
He's gonna save someone this time. For him, I will be the beacon through these